There's something that is important to communicate about clear film printing and our print and cut system. So when you're printing on a clear film, and clear films are fantastic for windows. I use them all the time for decorative elements, as well as communicating a message so that you still see through the window, but you see the image or the artwork or the design element in the window, and it allows you to see through the window. It's a great touch, it's very high-end, and we have two fantastic films that I use regularly for that. One is the Avery SF 100, and then also I have this 3M 8150. Now these are clear films. They're great, they work wonderful, they're on the media locator. However, after you print them, in many cases, especially if I have a decorative element, I have cut lines on it, and I need to cut it. Well, the trouble then becomes is when I go over to the cutter, it's a clear film with a clear liner, and the cutter can't see the registration marks. It can't see the barcode, it can't see anything. So usually I was looking in the past for a clear film with a white liner, so that wouldn't be an issue, and that's always an easy solution. You can find a white liner for your clear films or your static clings, perfect. It sees it fine. But if you don't have the white liner and it's a really good film, and these are very good films on clear liners. So what I do is I take a strip of adhesive vinyl. Now I prefer to use something that's very low tack, okay? I don't want a lot of adhesive because I don't want to leave sticky or goo onto my, my platen here for the cutter. So a nice low tack adhesive. In the past I've used Avery 2611, which is a low tack for walls, and then put that onto the platen. Now this is rather crudely cut. I think probably the best way to do it is actually to use the printer as a print and cut, and then cut these little strips and have a bunch handy if you ever need them. And that would be the perfect size and the perfect length. This one I just sort of cut out with some scissors to give you the general idea. But what you want to do is at the end of the platen here, you have a little ridge. So from there back past the cutting strip, but just past the cutting strip. And you'll find that the cutting strip, this doesn't want to stick so well to it, you know, so be a little careful there. You don't want to go back up where the pinch rollers are because you need the pinch rollers to secure the media. But what you're going to do is set this along the platen, along the length here, and that way the clear will be on top of the white, and then it will be able to see the registration marks, the barcode, the OPAS mark, everything else. It'll all be very clear. And then once you're done, you can take this back off again. That's why I try not to use something with a lot of adhesive, because I don't want to have to clean up my platen. So using the little white strip is just sort of a workaround that we figured out for clear materials. This has worked very well for us. It allows everything to proceed smoothly, and then you can print on clear films that have clear liners on directly to the cutter. So anything along those lines that you have trouble seeing the registration marks, the little white adhesive strips might save the day and allow you to get on with the business of printing and cutting.